If you're creative and you want to build a high performing shop on Etsy, I'm going to break down exactly the plan that you need to have in place. I work with so many sellers who are consistently hitting their sales goals month over month, year over year. There is a clear difference between the sellers that aren't hitting their goals and the sellers that do hit their goals. And I'm going to break that down step by step so that you have a clear understanding of exactly what you need to do, why it's important, and how to stick with it. So let's hop in. So, as you can see, this isn't a magic wand. It kind of is a crystal ball. We'll get into that, but it is a strategic plan. So, when I work with my clients, I take them through a very intentional process that is reverse engineered from the income goal that they would want to hit. So, I'm going to break this down, but that system is optimize, attract, connect, convert, retain. And as I go down this strategic plan and show you exactly what I put in this for clients, you're going to have a clear understanding that sales can be predictable. Sales can be controlled. You just need to have the right action steps in the right order to be able to do it over and over again. And that is the goal of having a plan so that you end up with a rinse and repeat system that you feel super confident about. And this is absolutely critical because I have worked with sellers who didn't have this in place. They did get sales. Things were going great. They made major decisions in their life, like quitting their 9 to 5. And then all of a sudden they're like, help, my sales are going down 30, 40, 50%, and I have no idea why. You should never be running your business blind. This is best practice from day one. And as a marketing expert, this is what I do for clients. This is part of the service, and this is the foundations that really set them up for success for the long term. So getting into the first section here, it is the current situation analysis to basically understand where you stand when it comes to the market, your competition, what your core opportunities are. If you have a shop already, we look at your current result, what's selling, what's not, how your traffic is performing, and how customers are finding you. What is your digital presence out online? Why it matters? We want to get the facts before investing time, money, and resources into new strategies. So you understand what your biggest opportunity is that aligns with your skill sets and expertise. We want to make sure that we're building offers that make sense with your capabilities. This is where my creatives really struggle because they have bright, shiny object syndrome. So every day they're working on a new idea. And next thing you know, they're focusing all their attention to that idea and they don't even know if it's going to be profitable. So we definitely want to stop that. It's not about suppressing your creativity. It's really more along the lines of giving you a strategic, creative brief so that you know how to really monetize on your creative talents. Getting deeper into this, what we do is really create products with 3 price points: a low, a mid, and a premium. Low gets new buyers in the door. That's very important. When it comes to consumer psychology, which is simply the study of how people make purchasing decisions, we want to make sure that we build trust with our product lines. So some people may have never heard of your brand or shopped from it before. So they feel comfortable buying something that's a little bit lower priced. And then they'll see how the experience was, how the quality of the product was before they continue to shop again with you and make a larger investment. And statistically, we know that repeat buyers will spend 67% more than a new customer, which is why we want to have pricing tiers like low, mid, premium. So mid is really going to be your bread and butter products. Those are going to be the core products that you sell very well consistently and that are stable. And then we have premium. This is for your super fans. These are people who you've built brand loyalty with by giving them a really good shopping experience consistently, have good customer service, and They are always waiting for you to drop the next product. These are the people that you can depend on to drive consistent sales and drive revenue over time. We want to match each product to a specific buyer type and a clear emotional reason for purchase. In consumer psychology, we know through research that 80% of purchasing decisions are made on emotion first and then logic. We need to make sure that the products you create have an emotional hook. Let's just say if you sold apparel, that is very emotional. The way people dress is really representation on the exterior of how they want to express what they feel in the interior. All products have an emotional hook. So why it matters, you're not selling products, you're solving problems. Tiered pricing also provides you with more opportunities to increase the average order value over time. Target avatars is in this next section, and it's very important that you know exactly who you're selling to. And you really want to know their emotions, buying triggers, and what makes them click buy now. There's a difference between getting someone to click favorite and someone actually committing to the purchase and checking out. So why it matters? If you talk to everyone, you sell to no one. When you understand your audience, including their values, needs, and spending habits, every little photo and listing page can be tailored to sell more efficiently. Quick little interruption here. If you have no idea who your ideal avatar is, we're going to fix that right now. You can head down to the description below and get access to this AI tool that I created for you. It's very simple. All you have to do is introduce yourself. Then it's going to prompt you to answer 3 very simple questions. And in minutes, the tool is going to match you with your ideal customer. You're going to have a clear understanding of who they are and what they want, their current challenges, and how to transform their experience. It's going to give you ideas and clarity around products that you can create that will actually serve them. And it's going to give you some quick wins and long-term transformation ideas, your unique selling proposition, content that attracts them so that you can make sure when you're posting or sending emails, you're actually talking about things that they would care about and get them moving closer to making a purchase from your business. So go ahead in the description below, make sure you grab that. It takes minutes to get you matched with your ideal avatar. So you know exactly who you're selling to, what products to create for them, and what problems they're trying to resolve with those products. I want you to think of all your listings as sales reps for your business. They're working 24/7 around the clock. And you need to make sure that it's strategically set up not only to be found and searched, but also to have a sales pitch. What you're doing is you are understanding how that target avatar makes purchasing decisions, and you are preloading the listing to answer all their questions, doubts, concerns that they would have before committing to the purchase. When you preload the listing with all the answers, you make that buyer feel confident that this is the right product that's going to resolve their shopping problem. And that triggers dopamine in the mind. We've all been in that shopping situation where we're like, oh my God, this is exactly what I was looking for and I couldn't find it anywhere else. Buying immediately. So that is a hormone that needs to get activated in the brain. And we do that with strong visuals, psychology, and copywriting. Moving on to financial goals. Of course, we all have financial goals. So it's very important that you reverse engineer the target numbers you want to hit. So I do all these calculations for my clients. And a quick example here is, let's just say you wanted to make $75,000 a year. This is profit. The average profit per sale in this example is $20. If you sell something more expensive like jewelry, obviously this would be a lot more. And then we would calculate how many sales you would need per year. And then we would factor in the conversion rate. We're always shooting for 3% or higher. The average Etsy seller is at a 2%, but we always want to exceed and outperform the average seller. at a 3% conversion rate, that means the traffic to hit that $75,000 goal would need to be 125,000 visits per year, which is about 340 per day. And as you can see here, the daily sales goal is 11. So again, we took this big number, $75,000, and we broke it down to simply have a daily goal of selling 11 products per day at an average order value of about $20. Why it matters? The math is mathing, right? You can't argue with the numbers you need to hit. So when you know your numbers, you can plan your marketing strategy accordingly to ensure you meet your traffic and conversion rate goals. Moving on to the marketing plan, what we really focus on is product launches and innovation, SEO refreshes, better visuals infused with sales psychology from avatar psychographics. Another thing that I make sure my clients have is an email list that they're growing and can use for remarketing. This is so important because you have to remember, whenever you're using another platform that you don't own to help generate sales in your business, you want to make sure that you're building an email list because that is actually your business asset. That's your little black book of customers, like I mentioned before, that you can depend on, who will be super fans and loyal to the brand, so that as you launch products throughout the year, they're going to snatch them up quickly. External marketing, we want to make sure that we're consistent with the emails and our social media. The reason why this works is because Etsy's marketing department has their own goals and objectives as well. And those might shift and change, and the avatars might shift and change. You're going to want to supplement and take control of your sales by being able to tap into your email list and post on your socials where people are actively following you. Your ability to market directly to your customers via email or social media gives you control over your traffic, which in turn gives you control over your sales. And this is how you build predictable revenue and repeat buyers. So moving on to continuous innovation and refinement like it's a habit. What we do is every month we'll conduct a 30-day analysis of your data, and we'll review it on a one-on-one call to check what's trending, what customers are buying and interested, and which products are losing momentum. And we'll determine whether or not the products that are losing momentum just need a little refinement. Why it matters: markets evolve, products get old, and we don't want to wait until sales die to refresh. A bad spot you could put your business in is to wait till your sales are down 30, 40, 50%. I've helped clients like this because they were just petrified of making changes because they didn't know what to change. So they let fear and emotions drive their business. When sales flip slightly month to month, you should have an action plan in place that is telling you exactly what you need to do to bump up sales again the next month. You want to stay ahead of your shop so it never goes stale, which concludes why we had this final section, which is track the right metric. Nothing should be a surprise in your business. You should never be wondering, oh, where did my sales go? Or how can I lift sales because I want to level up next month? You should have metrics that really guide your decisions and point you towards the right actions. So for example, when we watch these metrics like AHA, we're really tracking traffic, conversion rate, average order value, repeat customer rate, and favorites to views ratio. The reason why we do this is because it's highly aligned with how people make purchasing decisions, which is the full point. We want to make sure we facilitate shopping experiences that put the customers on a shopping spree. So when we understand these numbers, we can really dive deeper into the consumer behaviors down to the click and where they're getting stuck and where there's friction so that we can remove it. We can identify what's really working for the business and say, you know what, let's forget about all this other stuff that's not really serving us right now. And let's divert all our energy, focus resources into what is working so that we can continue to scale the business month over month, year over year. We really want to lead with logic and remove emotion. You always want to be focusing on the bottom line. Success on Etsy isn't luck. It's truly a plan backed by numbers and logic. Know your goals, understand your buyers, test with intention. Do not use spray and pray tactics. The algorithm will punish you for having a lot of listings and not making a lot of sales. So I want you to understand always quality over quantity and track what moves the needle truly. I hope you found tremendous value in understanding what really goes behind a successful six-figure, multiple six-figure and beyond business. If this is something that you feel is lacking in your business or you want to start off on the right foot, reach out. There's a link below and we can hop on a call and discuss what your true next steps are with your business and how we would work together to help you hit your goals.